All right, let's take up Miss Green. And how do you pronounce your first name? Is it Karis, Cirrus?
It's Karis.
Okay. We are on the record in 2022 CR 136, State of Kansas versus Karis. Is it Juno, like Juno Green. Karis Juno Green. Miss Jill Gillette, County Attorney for the state. Miss Green in person and pro se. Okay, does Miss Green still have an outstanding warrant? Where are you, Miss Green?
Yes, she does, Your Honor.
Okay, where are you, Miss Green?
In Alaska.
Do you know you failed to come to court?
Yes, I do.
Why did you fail to come to court?
Well, honestly, I got mixed up on my days, and when I looked at I looked down on my phone and I saw that it was the 13th, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the 13th, and it was hours has passed because I forgot about the time difference too. And so I called the person I'm supposed to check in with every week, but she didn't answer. I'm assuming because it was probably too late. And yeah.
Okay, so on August 22nd, you posted a $7,500 bond with us. Who's Cynthia Miller?
That's my mom.
Okay, you just cost her $7,500 by not coming to court. She's gonna have to lose that.
There's no way that
And that was a cash bond, it looks like, with the paying party authorizing the money to be paid to the costs of the case. Then you post another bond on September 13th. Let's look at that. No, that's probably the same one. Yeah. Yeah, you were supposed to be here September 13th and you didn't. So same bond, but that's for the forfeiture of it. And then you had a failure to appear warrant. And now we're looking at motion. 5 days ago, there was supposed to be a motion for judgment on bond. Was that heard and granted, Ms. Gillette?
It's scheduled for November 18th at 1. The forfeiture is scheduled for November. That was the date that was given to us.
Do you get the impression that maybe it was a big deal to forget court, Ms. Green? Okay. Well, you haven't had your reading of your rights and charges since you failed to come to court when you were supposed to. So let's go over the charge. You've got a pretty big charge here. It's in count 1. You're accused of unlawful possession of the controlled substance methamphetamine. That is a level 5 drug felony. If you are to be convicted of that, depending on what your criminal history is, you could serve at least 10 months, up to 42 months in the Kansas Department of Corrections, which we commonly call prison. Okay, up to 42 months in prison. Is your hair more important than your prison sentence? Okay, because you seem like you're distracted with your hair, and I would expect you to be attuned to this prison sentence that you're looking at of 10 to 42 months. You're also looking at a potential fine up to $100,000 if convicted. In count 2, you're accused of unlawfully possessing drug paraphernalia in the form of a glass vial, hollow pens, syringes, rolling papers, and a glass smoking pipe, possessed with the intent to either contain, conceal, inject, ingest, inhale, or otherwise introduce a controlled substance into the human body. This is a Class B non-person misdemeanor, which means after you get through with your prison sentence, you could be ordered to come back to the Greenwood County Jail and serve another 6 months and pay another fine up to $1,000. So do you have any questions about what they're saying you did and what the possible penalties are that I've gone over with you?
No,
Do you intend to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
applied for court appointed.
Do you work?
Not yet. I've been actively looking for a job though.
When did you start actively looking for a job?
When I got out of jail.
And when was that? September? August. It was August, wasn't it?
It was August 27th, I believe, or 28th.
Okay. And you went straight back to Alaska?
Yeah,
Are you living with someone there?
yeah.
Who?
My mom.
I thought your bond, well, never mind. Okay. So your mom is supporting you. How old are you?
24.
What's the highest level of education you have?
Some college.
How much?
First semester.
Did you pay for that out of your own pocket?
I applied for the FAFSA grants.
So you got federal grants to go to college
Yeah.
and then you dropped out after the first semester?
No, I'm still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't start until you were 24?
I was 23 at the time when
And
I
what
applied.
are you studying?
I'm studying criminal justice.
Okay. All right, I will appoint an attorney. Missy, do you know who that will be?
No, I do not.
All right, you call back here Friday to my office to find out who your attorney is.
May I get the number, please?
Yes, Missy, can you give her the number to call, please? Call Friday, find out who your attorney is. Then call that attorney.
Okay.
For me, it's very annoying to appoint an attorney and then the person doesn't even have the ambition to call. So be sure and call the attorney and be ready to go for your next court date. And Missy, when is her court date?
November 18th at 1:30.
November 18th at 1:30. Be back here with your attorney. Now, we have to decide what to do about that warrant. I can make you turn yourself in there in Alaska, but I don't want to have to make the sheriff pay to go get you. Maybe they want to go there. It's a lovely place, I'm sure, this time of year, but Ms. Gillette, what's your thought on that? On the warrant?
If the warrant's lifted, I would like her to call court services each week so that we know where she is.
Do you have a position on whether it's lifted or not?
If it's, I'm fine being lifted if she calls court services every week.
Under Sheriff Cox, does your office take a position on what to do about that warrant?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay,
I am fine with you and Miss Gillette lifting that warrant, but I would like to see a $50,000 OR bond where she turns herself into local law enforcement, and that way we know exactly where she is, because I have information that she's actually in Pueblo, Colorado, not Alaska.
Pueblo?
Yes.
No.
who was the gentleman walking around behind you in the picture a while ago?
Oh, that's my friend.
Well, who is he?
His name's Dale.
Dale what?
Dale Whitman.
Dale Whitman, how do you spell that?
How 1 second.
Well, just have him come on up here.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. Can you put your face in the camera, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was on the video. I apologize for my appearance.
Okay. All right. Your name is Dale Whitman, is that right?
That is incorrect. It's AM.
AM. And how are you connected or related to this young lady?
I'm a friend, and I specifically met her friend, Aaron, who was involved in the same case.
Okay. And where do you live?
I live in Green Mountain Falls, Colorado.
And you're at home right now?
I am.
What's your address?
My address. Green Mountain Falls, Colorado, 80819.
All right. Thank you, sir. You said, what was the name of the town in Colorado again? Green Mountain?
Green Mountain Falls, very
Green
small
Mountain
town,
Falls.
population of about approximately 2,000.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. Miss Green,
Yes.
you just lied to me. You said you weren't in Colorado. Well, what'd you say, officer? New Mexico? But you told me you were in Alaska. Remember when this hearing started and you said you were in Alaska?
Oh,
Why'd you lie to me?
I
You realize you put me in a position where I can't trust anything you tell me now. So tell me why you lied. What was the point of that?
I just don't, because I forgot to tell the person I call into weekly that I decided to go back to Colorado before my court date. But I was thinking about, or my mom was gonna get me a plane ticket back to Alaska.
Your mom doesn't have to be there, does she?
Huh?
Does your mom happen to be in the house with you there?
Oh no. But I can give you her information and stuff.
No, I've got some information on that bond that you're costing her. Well, I was ready to set aside your warrant, but then you lied and said you were in Alaska, and I find out you're in Colorado. And Under Sheriff, did you say you had information that she'd been in New Mexico?
No, I said Colorado, Your Honor.
Okay.
Initially it was Pueblo.
Oh, okay. Pueblo is what I was thinking of, and that's not New Mexico. All right. Does that change anybody's recommendations since she flat lied?
I think the warrant should stand, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. We're gonna leave that warrant out for you. I'll leave your court date. You can still call back and find out who your attorney is, but if you're smart, you'll go down to your local sheriff and turn yourself in on your warrant.
Please, is there any way that you can just lift the warrant? I'm so
Well, I would have if you hadn't lied to me.
I'm so sorry.
But like I said, I can't believe anything you tell me now. I mean, you just sat there and looked at the camera and just flat lied.
I'm sorry. I'm just really been stressed out. My uncle, who was like my best friend, just passed away while I was in jail. That's why we were going out to Georgia, is because he passed away.
Where were you going?
To Savannah, Georgia.
Weren't you going the wrong direction from Kansas?
I don't believe so.
You were going to Savannah, Georgia because your uncle just passed. You were in Kansas and you ended up in Colorado. Is that right?
No, I was, before I got arrested, I was going to Savannah, Georgia. I was just following the maps, like what the maps told me to go.
But you
And-
ended up in Colorado. Those are
No,
opposite directions.
before I went back to Colorado, before I got out of jail. Before I even got arrested, I was heading to Savannah, Georgia, because my uncle was on his deathbed. It was really, we were pretty close. And it was my mom's last living family member, because my grandma and my aunt had passed away like a couple months before that. And so, like, it's been really hard.
And your mom's in what state right now?
She's in Palmer, Alaska.
And she came all the way to Kansas in September to post your cash bond? Is that right?
She was in Savannah, Georgia, when I called her, praying, like seeing her brother in the hospital, dealing with that, and then she came to Kansas to bail me out.
So she was in Savannah, Georgia, dealing with her brother on death's door, passing away. And then she had to drop everything there and come to Kansas and put up $7,500 cash to get you out of jail. And then you failed to come to court for the day you made bond. And now you have lied today and told me you were in Alaska, when in fact you are in Colorado. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you're accused of having possessed methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia. Well, how in the world did Greenwood County end up having to deal with you? How did you end up here? You're on the way to Georgia and you got what, stopped for traffic?
Yeah, pulled over, I guess, for speeding. I believe that's what the original thing was for, and the person driving didn't stop. They just kept going.
Are you related to the person driving?
No.
Who were you with?
My ex-boyfriend,
Okay, what's his name?
Aaron Berg.
Aaron Berg, I think he's on the docket too. And is that a tattoo or a scar, or what is that above your eyebrow there?
It's a tattoo.
And what's it say?
Calypsia.
What does that mean?
It's the delusion of seeing things more beautiful than they really are.
Well, I was curious because I saw that, I think, in the same place on another girl earlier today. Do you know anybody else in this area that has that on?
No.
Okay. Well, how far are you from the nearest law enforcement office, if you know?
Like 45 minutes to an hour, maybe.
Do you
In
normally,
downtown Colorado Springs.
okay, and do you normally stay at this gentleman's house? Is this where you're staying right now? You're,
Just frequently, like,
well, where are you gonna be between now and your next court date?
here and or in Manitou Springs.
And who do you know in Manitou Springs?
Suzanne.
What's Suzanne's last name?
I don't know.
Family, friend, acquaintance?
A friend.
Well, I'm gonna have you sit there for a little bit while I think about what I'm gonna do with you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna take a recess from Miss Green's case. We're gonna take up Van Doty. Missy, could you put under Sheriff Cox and me in a breakout room, and Miss Gillette?
Yes.
Thank you. Are you still with me, Miss Green? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. And you told me, did you tell me you're gonna turn yourself in or not?
Oh, I mean, yeah. My friend wanted to, if it was okay, talk to the courts.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Again, I apologize for the way I look. I've been home here painting windows.
You're
I haven't heard all of the proceedings here, but I did hear the part, everything from the time I first spoke to you and after that.
Mhm.
And if it would help the court at all, I would be willing to guarantee that you would stay here for at least the next 3 or 4 days. I'm a renter. It's a large house, 8-bedroom house, so there's plenty of room for her. But when my landlord who's out of town, if she okays it when she gets back, Miss Green could stay here for an even extended period of time. But I can't promise that right now. But I can promise the court that I can guarantee her whereabouts, at least for the near future.
Okay, so you live in an 8-bedroom house?
I do. I rent an 8-bedroom house, but I also do a lot of maintenance here. I'm painting the windows right now as part of my rent. It's a beautiful house, but it needs some work, and that's what I'm doing.
Where'd you say your address was?
Green Mountain Falls, Colorado, 80819.
Okay, you lost me now. And is there any kind, so apparently there's not an apartment number to it if it's a house?
No apartment number.
Okay, Foster Avenue.
Correct?
And the name again, I'm sorry, was it Green?
That's fine. Green Mountain Falls. It's a gorgeous town here, located just 15 miles west of Colorado Springs.
Excuse me, sir. Did you say
Did.
okay?
Okay, and what county are you in?
El Paso.
El Paso. And what is your connection to this young lady? She was kind of vague on that.
Yeah, there's no real clear connection, I guess. I first met her friend, the one who's also involved in this case. His name is Aaron, and met Miss Green through that, and just kind of befriended them a little bit, and would talk to them and see them around town from time to time and things like that. And that's about the entire connection. It hasn't gone on very long, but it's been, I feel I know her well enough that I could guarantee the court of her whereabouts. And if there's any problem, you can bet I'll contact you, because I'm not going to jeopardize my freedom or anything else by.
Well, did you hear us talking about how her mother had posted a $7,500 cash bond and she skipped out on that?
I did.
So her mom's going to lose $7,500, but you're still feeling confident enough you can keep her around?
I think I can, Your Honor. And if I can't, you'll be the first one I call.
Okay. And you know that she's looking at some serious charges here.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
But to be honest, I don't see how that affects me in any way, as long as whatever I tell you I do.
But if she's staying in your house and she's possessing felony drugs,
not going to happen. I can guarantee you she will not possess felony drug in my house. I can guarantee you that.
And is her co-defendant staying with you out there as well?
No, ma'am.
Oh, here. Bible. Sorry.
What?
Oh,
What'd you say?
my dog is barking at somebody outside, but
So you have a dog with you there in Colorado also?
yeah, he's my little Chiweenie.
Okay. And what kind of work do you do, sir?
I retired, ma'am. Previously, I had a business called I sold technology, is for the wide terminology anyhow, to the public sector, state, local, federal agencies, things like that.
Okay. And if I tell you to drive her to the local sheriff, would you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, I thought I had it figured out what I was going to do with her. Give me a few more minutes. Let me
Yes,
take
ma'am.
out this Reynolds so she doesn't have to keep working.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right, let me check back in with Karis Green. Miss Green, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay, Miss Green, what's going on with you? You've
You
changed
know.
locations.
Huh?
You've changed locations. You're outside now. We're back on the record in 2022. CR 136, State versus Karis Green. Parties appearing as before. Where are you now? You look like you've gone outside.
Oh, I'm just on the balcony.
Okay,
It's nice house.
okay. All right, I've given you a court date. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, November 18th
You must be here November 18th. At what time?
at 1:30.
1:30. Missy, is that what you show?
You wanna
11:18 at 1:30, yeah.
Okay. You've got an attorney? Or you're gonna
I
call
do not.
Friday? You're gonna call Friday and find out who it is.
I am, yes, ma'am.
And then we've got a bond hearing for motion for judgment on bond, Miss Gillette, is that right?
Yes, it's on November 18th.
Is it at 1:30 also?
It's at 1 just before that.
Okay,
Okay.
let's
It
put
was
her,
mailed to her last known address where her mom lives.
at least where she said her mom lived.
She'll forward it to me here in Greenwood County. When she
Okay,
was,
let's just put her at 1 o'clock instead of putting her on both 1 and 1:30.
Okay.
And,
Can we just do it 1:30 since we have a docket?
okay, we'll just do it at 1:30. And I'm going to leave her bond active or her warrant active.
you're gonna leave my one. Is there any way you could quash it? Ma'am, I know I messed up.
Don't use that language in court. That's contempt.
I'm so sorry. I know I messed up big time. And I really apologize for lying to you in your court. That was really not a good idea.
I don't think you've ever told me yet why you actually lied and said you were in Alaska right now. You want to try again?
Tell her the entire truth and let her know that we're here right now.
I just thought maybe I would get in trouble because I hadn't told you guys that I went back to Colorado.
Okay.
And
Whose voice was that I just heard?
that is Marshall
Who's Marshall?
Goings.
Law enforcement is on.
All right.
scene.
Are you there for her on her warrant, Marshall? All right.
I am.
But
And again, why didn't you tell me you had a marshal there to take you into custody?
I was getting to that. I was.
Right. Okay, well, you're going with him now then. We're gonna quit playing games and,
I wasn't trying to play games with you, miss. And I really apologize for lying to you in your court. It wasn't right. I'm just
Go with the
trying to do the
officer. You've
right
taken
thing.
enough, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off there. You've taken enough time of the officer. How long's he been there?
Just took 5 minutes.
All right, well, you go with him. You go with him. All right, thank you.
What's my bail at?
Well, he can tell you when he gets you down there and looks at your warrant. You better call your mom and tell her you cost her $7,500 on her bond. And we'll be in recess at this time. Thank you, officer.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm so sorry, but. All right. Can't believe that. I'm so sorry. I'll call once finally.
Can you please bail
Yeah,
me out?
absolutely. Absolutely. Don't worry about it. Don't take. Go with these guys. Don't, that's all you can do. It's not gonna be that tough. I'll watch the dog. The dog will be fine. I guarantee you that.
We get a confirmation.
Yes.
Wait 3 more minutes and we'll send a second.
Dog is gonna go nuts. You guys want to take her.